and they explain us that in the United States only few people living very good life, and other people are living very bad and need to work very hard to support these rich people to become more and more rich. And when I fly from Newfoundland to Washington, I found that a lot of lights are coming from the ground, a lot of lights. And I asked my neighbor, please put yourself in my place. American people living very bad, they need to work very hard, they need to save everything. So my question was, is it reflection lights from solar battery or something like this one? And for my surprise, my neighbor who fly here several times, he told me, no, it's not solar batteries, they are swimming pools. If you can see thousands of swimming pools only from one window of one airplane, so American people are not living so bad like Soviet propaganda told us. And it was some kind of eye-opener that in the United States really there is a limited number of very rich people, there is a number of people who are living very bad, but between them there is huge middle class which live in this country, how to say it, not bad. And I would like to say that major treasure of America is its middle class. And this middle class need to understand that as a base or fortress for the Western democracy, this class has to be as a developed, as a very important and valuable for the future. And of course, just now is very big point, national security of this country. You know what's happened in this system during the last 8 years. It's not totally destroyed, but a lot of problems. Just now is very good time try to rebuild this security.
You mean the 8 years of the Clinton administration?
Yes, of course, it's very well known. It's necessary to rebuild American national security, to rebuild American armed forces. Actually, is necessary to open eyes for all people about what's really going on between American politicians, whom they can believe, whom they cannot believe, especially for their own future development. And of course, to continue some kind of wishes for American people, for me is sometimes it's extremely difficult to speak about future of these great people, because I am not so long time belong to American society. But America is a great country, and American people is the greatest people in the world.
I'm a little bit surprised to hear you talk about how Soviet propaganda worked on you. I thought Soviet propaganda was for the little people on the collective farms in Krivoy Rog and Veliki Luki. You were the highest ranking spy ever to defect. I thought they let you know the real score and didn't try to give you Soviet propaganda.
Very unfortunately, in former Soviet Union, everything was under influence of government propaganda. And of course, when my former associates like me were informed about real digits according to American economy development, American military machine, everything was explained by propaganda, that America is a leader of international imperialism, exploiting its own people and other countries, especially to become more rich for people who are in limited number of extremely rich people. So everything was under influence and propaganda, and everything was explained by Communist Party according its Communist Party doctrine.
The gardener comes to visit you, he knows what he has to do: mow the lawn, prune the flowers. The electrician comes, he knows what he has to do: check your wiring. What does a spy do? Did you land and then go right to the Soviet embassy in Washington?
No. It's a very big difference, because spies, real spies in this country, They authorized by Russian government for the recruitment of people who having access to the secrets of the United States of America, especially to use the secrets in the war preparations against America. But it's not limited only by spy business, because my former agency is working like a great system. Space satellites, more than 100 space satellites, are snaking all over the United States all over the year, in the same way as all the American friends and allies trying to penetrate through so-called electronic secrets of America and American friends. They are supported by Navy intelligence and reconnaissance. You know how many Russian so-called scientific ships just now are snaking around American coasts and following American submarines. And if you remember, about 3 years ago, American pilot was blind by laser radiation or laser weapon fired from this scientific so-called ship. And Navy and Air Force intelligence and reconnaissance, huge radio and radio technical intelligence stations worldwide are working together to penetrate through American secrets, because America is a recognized leader in the world for the development of new technologies and all areas connected with military research and development.
Right. You were over here when the Soviet Union disappeared. You were already here. What kind of word did you get from home? Hey, we're not communists anymore. Come back and choose a new profession. Or did they say, look, we're going to pretend we're not what we were, but stay right where you are and keep on spying?
Well, it's exactly question I asked my field office chief after disintegration of former Soviet Union. When American military cargo planes deliver humanitarian aid to Russia, to support Russian people, to feed Russian people. By the way, from that time, the most favorite food for ordinary Russians is bush legs. Bush President Bush and legs, chicken legs, delivered by American military especially to help Russians in a very difficult winter of 1991 and 92. And the same time, when America began to supply money and other help and assistance, I myself asked my field office chief why we continue this spy business. And he told me that he himself would like to send special letter to my former agency leaders and request them to change our activity against America, to make it not so hostile like before, but to make it more friendly, like friendly countries are spying against America. And he sent this letter to Moscow. And in few days we received strong message signed by my former agency director general, who said us, by other words, shut your mouths and continue and increase spy activity against America, but make it much more covert and vigilant. This is an answer. And about few weeks later, we received message from former Russian President Yeltsin, who requested my former agency and KGB, that time it was renamed as SVR, to increase our spy activity against America, and request for all Russian embassies in every country to support intelligence agencies in their penetration through American secrets.
We haven't always been very skilled when people like you fall into our lap. When you let the Americans know that you were a the highest-ranking Russian spy, and you wanted to defect, tell us what you knew. Did they welcome you? Did they treat you well? I want you to judge the FBI and the CIA on the way they handled you.